So what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, what did you miss? Well, first I apologize. This is coming so late. Normally we do this fairly early, but what you missed today was that 19 people from Jubilee participated in the Toronto Waterfront Scotiabank Marathon, half marathon, 5K. Most of us the 5K, like me. So you missed us arriving all sweaty and happy and thrilled that we'd raised about $8,000 for Jubilee. Thrilled to be out there with thousands of people raising money for all sorts of really great charities and just having a really good time. Um, so I guess you missed that. And then you missed the youth and the kids leading the service because, well, Ann and I didn't know if we'd be back in time. So the service was in their hands, and they were terrific. We heard from Matthew in Matthew's Gospel the story of the Pharisees and the Herodians trying to trick Jesus, trying to get him to commit to tax one way or the other. They open with that beautiful, "Oh, Jesus, you're just the greatest guy, and you're always fair, you're never impartial, you're just, so should we pay tax?" Knowing full well, as then as now, whenever you talk about tax, you make enemies. If you say we should be paying the tax, the people hate you because no one likes paying taxes. If you say we shouldn't pay tax, then the government hates you because you're some kind of insurrectionist. But Jesus is clever. He demands of the Pharisees a coin. They managed to produce one, which is odd, as they really shouldn't be carrying coins. Coins are graven images and have false idols. So they're called two commandments broken by that. Anyway, they produce the coin, and Jesus says to them, "Render unto the emperor or Caesar that which is Caesar's," because Caesar's head is on the coin, "and render unto God that which is God's." So, in a wily Odysseus way, he manages to fool them, manages to get out of their trap. They can't snare him. And he makes us laugh. More than that, he makes us wonder. I have a pocket full of coins, and I have paper money, all of which bear the sign of my government, and I give them back to my government, as I should, as we all should. We want our schools and our roads and our teachers and our firefighters and our police officers and all the things that make life, living in community and civilization, enjoyable and possible. But then we're reminded to render unto God that which is God's. And if we think about our scriptures, we also remember that we are made in the image of God. We bear the divine imprint. So the challenge, I guess, is how do we render ourselves unto God? We talked about that today. We talked about the images that we bear, how I may look like my mother's family for my coloring or sound like my father's family with my voice. I could have my uncle's nose and my aunt's taste in music, all those kind of things. And what do we have that reveals the image of the divine? I asked the kids, and they answered. They talked about having compassion for strangers, a desire to have things just and fair even when they don't know the people. I said that is part of the imprint of the divine. That's part of the image of God that they share. We talked about having hope when everything seems dark and hopeless, that bearing the imprint of the divine is to have hope in the midst of darkness, to believe and to follow that belief, to work for something better. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Absolutely, that's the coin. Render unto God that which is God's. Well, today we talked about how that might mean living in hope, living with compassion, recognizing that we are all together siblings. So, you missed that discussion today, and some great music. And the fact that I got to church way ahead of Anne, which should mean that I won the bet. Except the truth is that Anne started the race 5 minutes behind me, and she finished about 2 minutes ahead of me. So, didn't win that one. but we did finish, and we all had a good time. And it would have been better if we could have seen you too. So hopefully we'll get to see you soon. And until we do, think about how it is that you bear this imprint, this image of the divine, and ask yourself, what is it you're doing to pay it back? Till we see you again, God bless.